It's Madden NFL 24. Up next, we'll get a look at Patrick Mahomes. He's your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Chiefs and the Raiders. All that and more coming up next.
It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. A very Merry Christmas Day, everyone. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And CD, this, the first of three here on this Monday. And it starts with a couple of rivals with history back to the AFL days.
History indeed. Great games. Teams that had to go through each other in order to accomplish what they wanted, which was to get to the Super Bowl. And remember, just
the first of three here in this Christmas Day spectacular. The Raiders and Chiefs are underway. Jerick McKinnon now to return. Well, the Chiefs offense now ready to go to work for the first time, led by Patrick Mahomes, the 2018 NFL Most Valuable Player.
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the year. Guys will say that the numbers and the rankings, they don't matter to him very much, but I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first, but I think everyone would like to see him finish #1, including himself.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. The Chiefs at 10-4 on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. To throw, it's Mahomes. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 41-yard line. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Chiefs are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Pacheco, he is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
It hasn't been a real good start to this game from a defensive perspective, but now after the incompletion on 2nd down, things may be changing. If they can come up with one more play, they might be able to get out of it with just a field goal attempt.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Butker's kick here is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Raiders offense heading out with their new man under center for 2023, the former Patriot, former 49er, Jimmy Garoppolo.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Counter play with Jacobs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. On play action, it's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On play action, now Garoppolo. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. So the Chiefs offense heads out. There's a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed. But as we know and often happens, this is all still subject to change.
Well, you're so right about that. But even though the math isn't there yet, I think it's going to take new math for them not to make the playoffs. They're almost certainly going to be in the tournament and certainly going to be a dangerous team if you have to play against them.
Mahomes going to throw. And that's caught left side by the tight end, Gray. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That one covers 29 yards, first down. That last throw moves him past 27,989 yards for his career. So that means he moves ahead of the blonde bomber, Terry Bradshaw, on the all-time list.
And boy, he loved to throw it downfield, didn't he? That's why he was the blonde bomber. Remember, he'd throw it downfield to John Stallworth and Lynn Swann. It was gorgeous. Big throws, big plays. Terry Bradshaw.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Pacheco gets it up the gut. A beautiful fake. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play. That time a little misdirection really seemed to fool the defense.
And think of it this way. From the time you're in high school, you're taught to watch film and pick up tendencies. Sometimes they can use those against you, though, when they break their own tendencies and hit you back the opposite direction, huh?
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 11 more on that one and another first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. He finds Watson, it's caught, and he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter from KC. It's the Chiefs in possession of the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Noise shift. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
2 good drives on their first 2 possessions. Remember, the first wound up in a field goal, but we all know field goals aren't going to cut it in the NFL, so they're not going to be denied here, and they wind up punching this one into the end zone.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Amir Abdullah going to take it out of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. Nothing for him yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. A quick throw out to Adams on the perimeter. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now a first carry for Brandon Bolden. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. And, of course, this a critical game in regards to not just the division race, but playoff seeding as well. They are a game up, but a loss here could really muddy the waters.
And both of these teams want to clear things up about how they feel about each other and their standing in the league. Because these two teams, they've really been the cream of the crop in their division. So this game, it's been looming on both of their schedules.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Finding Gray on the out route. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Throw complete to Bell. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And Watson has it right side. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. A handoff now for Pacheco. He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2. So from the 37, here's second down and 8. Here's Pacheco once again. And he'll go down at the 28. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. A throw right side taken in by the tight end Gray. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit. And another first down. Throwing now is Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 3 from the 9. Now here's Mahomes rolling to his left. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Here's Mahomes to throw. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Justin Watson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes our score 17-0. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. A dump off for Abdullah. And he is going to have the Raiders first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
Meanwhile, Garoppolo's throw into the hands of Hooper.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. He goes underneath to Abdullah. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that will bring up 3rd and 1. Play action, Garoppolo. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete.
These two teams getting a couple of late season tilts this year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in week 12. And it was the Chiefs who got the road victory there. So now looking to claim the season series at home in KC.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. Now a timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now a timeout called for by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Here comes Abdullah on the return.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one, unless there's another defensive penalty.
Carlson able to put this one through, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here on Christmas Day. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was the visiting Colts who were able to pick up the road victory. Alec Pierce, a touchdown catch in the victory. Next, we'll stay in the NFC South as we head back here to Florida, check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Jacksonville Jaguars. Mike Evans, a touchdown catch in the victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the first half, it was the reigning league MVP and Super Bowl MVP, Patrick Mahomes, who did his thing. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead.
This taken in at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the third quarter as they begin their second half here, Charles, offensively. You know, not where they want to be, obviously. They're losing in this ball game, but very much within striking distance. We'll see what adjustments they make in the second half.
Is that the old glass half full, half empty type of a deal? Which way do you want to look at it? Because you're right, they're down on the scoreboard, but they're definitely opportunities now, because if they want to go ahead and get going in this one, get back to the running game. I think there are going to be some places to go with it, and I think the offensive line will appreciate the chance to fire out and hit people.
That's a good point, because they virtually had nothing going in the ground game in that first half.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Now a give, left side. This is Abdullah. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. They run with Bolden. A little juke. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up.
Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
Running left on the toss, Abdullah. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Bolden. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll try and run with Abdullah. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
They go back to Abdullah on 1st.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
A throw over the middle taken in.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run it in with Abdullah. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Amir Abdullah. An 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Raiders have cut it back within a score. So a toss play there does the trick as he's into the end zone.
And you don't run this unless you're sure you've got a guy who has the speed who can get to the edge, because what you're hoping for him to win the race to the corner and turn it upfield to the end zone.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Out of the end zone comes McKinnon. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Mahomes going to throw.
Looking for Gray and finding him once again.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's second down. Straight ahead they go with McKinnon. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Over the middle and complete to Moore. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. We are off to the 4th quarter here on this special Christmas Day broadcast. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory.
44 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side. Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Here's Bolden.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
On play action, now Garoppolo. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack.
George Karlaftis in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Up the middle, Abdullah. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up.
But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
The kick by Carlson is good, and that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football. And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
Mahomes now on first down.
A throw right side taken in by the tight end Gray.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Second and a couple.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes.
And this pass caught by Gray.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got it first and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. And same result. He's going to take this just to the line of scrimmage before running into a brick wall. Mahomes to throw. Staying on his feet.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Butker's kick here is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. And from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
So Garoppolo and the Raiders now down 20-13, a minute 45 to play. Back to throw, Garoppolo. Looking right sideline, that's complete. Garoppolo to throw. He completes it to Abdullah.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
This defense has been so stingy all game long. No reason to think it's suddenly going to open up now. They took their shot, but this, like many others, falls incomplete.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
Now Garoppolo. And his throw here's incomplete.
A little less than 40 seconds remaining. Here comes 2nd and 10.
To throw is Garoppolo. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. So they'd converted their first 2 4th down attempts, not there. Now they're 2 for 3.
You think maybe the offense coordinator expended a little capital on that one? You know, when you're 2 for 2, you can lobby for that 3rd one, right? Didn't get it there. Maybe now the head coach might not be so eager to go for it as we go forward.
Victory in the cards now for the Chiefs as they take a knee here. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Well, you really can't ask for much more than what we just had here. Not only a close game that went down to the wire, Charles, but a clean one, too. No turnovers in this